haircuts.
How can I keep a candle alight underwater?
Don't be ridiculous, Gareth. Everyone knows water puts flames out.
Well, to prove that this how can be done, how goes to the swimming pool. Come on, Fred, get your jacket off. That is a fantastic swimming costume.
Do you like it?
Sort of.
Serve me well, man and boy.
Come on then, last one in the pool to drip.
What kept you, old boy? Now, what about that how you were going to show us?
Oh yes, how can you keep a candle alight underwater?
Yes.
Next I shall need my special sub-aqua how experiment table. I will also need this candle and this plastic bowl. Watch what happens. I float the candle on the surface of a swimming pool, and if I put the plastic bowl over it, watch. Down goes the candle underwater, and it's the air pressure in the bowl which stops the water from filling the bowl. And look, the candle is completely underwater and still alight. How about that then?
Gareth?
Yes?
I think you've been cheating.
Me? A cheat?
Yes.
Carol Vorderman's the cheat.
Let me have a deal with you. If
Yes?
I can make some of your money disappear in front of your very eyes, can I keep it?
As long as it's in front of my eyes, my last 10 pence.
Yeah. The coin on the table, I have no sleeves, so there is nothing up them. Place glass on top of coin. Can you still see it?
Yes, it's still there. Ah.
This is the magic. Pour water into the glass. It disappears.
Gosh.
And the reason why it disappears is because the water bends light. And if you don't believe me, then look at this. Water in a bowl, straight pencil. Place the pencil into the water, and the pencil appears to bend. Straight and bent. And the water in the glass bends the light so much that you can't see the coin at all.
So my 10 pence is still there?
Not really, Fred, no.
Did you realise that was the very first how-to 8 years ago?
8 years ago? Good grief, Fred. Even you looked young in those days.
Very funny, Gareth.
Well, if you think that's funny, have a look at this old how.
What colour is this water?
Blue.
It is. Now, I will pour it into the lemonade bottle here. And what colour is the water that's coming out?
Red.
Red, exactly.
How do you do that?
It is quite incredible, isn't it?
Certainly is.
Quite brilliant.
How'd you do it?
This is how you do it. Have a look inside this lemonade bottle. There's red water inside there. There's also a cup inside. So when I pour the blue water into the cup, then it displaces the red water and pours it out of the spout, thus sort of changing colour. And that's how I can do it.
Come on, Gareth, go for the net.
From here? No trouble.
No trouble.
Wow, done.
Oh, dear, unlucky. Try
One
again.
more time. Hey, hup.
Try again. Third time lucky, old boy.
Hey, hup.
Oh, dear. Who do you think you are, anyway? Magic Johnson.
Well, the only way I'm going to get it in with you holding the net is with a magic wand, mate.
Say that again.
How obedient are your matches?
What are you talking about, Fred?
I'm talking about discipline and a magic wand. Watch these matches here. Watch this one match in particular. Well trained he is. Good boy. Come on. There's a good little boy. Come on, come on. Good boy. Good boy. Yes, good.
That is a trick. I can do that.
You can do that?
Yeah,
All right,
easy.
go on. Try then.
Look. Here, boy. Here, boy.
And you're driving
No.
him away.
No,
See?
Carol.
You're driving him away.
You've got to concentrate. Watch this, Carol. Come on, little fella. Come to Uncle Gareth.
Yes.
Come on.
Run away from Uncle Gareth. Yes, that's very good. Neither of you can do it. How come? Because you haven't got a special magic wand. You see, in one end of my magic wand, I've got a sugar cube. And sugar, you see, will tend to attract the match simply because it absorbs some of the water, forms a little current, and pulls the match towards it. On the other hand, in the other end of your wands, I put some soap, because soap will tend to repel because it breaks down the surface tension on one side of the match, and the surface tension on the other of the water will pull the match away. So that's how you can have obedient matches. All you need is a lot of discipline and, of course, a special magic wand.
I'll tell you what, it's delightful in this lovely tropical paradise, but it's a bit on the warm side.
Don't worry, Fred. That's how you cool down.
Now, how do you keep a cool head?
By being suave and sophisticated.
Yeah, dressing really fashionable designer labels. Hip clothing.
Yes,
Hip. No, actually, what I mean is, on a hot day, how do you keep your head cool? Well, to show you one device which has been looked at in the research laboratories of the Vorderman Corporation, here we have a solar-powered hat fan. You can see the fan here at the front of the hat. Simply place it on the head and it keeps your head beautifully cool. But how does it work?
Well, obviously the fan's blowing cold air. If you don't mind me saying so, it's a bit of a naff howl, this.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Here's a thermometer. The temperature in the studio is 29 degrees. Very hot indeed.
Yes.
Put that in front of the fan and you say that the temperature will go down.
Of course it will.
Of course it
Will
will.
it?
It's obvious, isn't it?
All right.
You don't need to be a scientific brain for that, do you?
Let's have a look. Still 29 degrees. What do you say about that?
Because the fan's small, you need a bigger fan,
It's
obviously.
just a toy fan.
A
It's
toy
not
fan.
scientific, is it?
Yes.
Have a look at this fan. Switch this on. 29 degrees. You agree with that?
Yeah.
Put it in front of the fan. You say it should go down.
Yes. Yeah, of course it should.
No, it isn't actually. It's still 29 degrees.
And then use a bigger fan. Yeah, so obvious. It's pathetic.
Well, here's a bigger thermometer and a bigger fan. See the temperature? Let's see what happens to it. No, not a lot's happening actually, gentlemen, is it?
All right, explain.
All right, then let's do a little experiment. Lick your hand and blow on it. What do you feel?
It's cooling where the spit is.
Your hand's getting colder. Exactly. Now then, what's happening is evaporation. Let me put this fan on. I've got two thermometers in front of it, and as we saw before, nothing happens to the temperature. However, if I put water onto the bulb of the thermometer, the wind that's passing over it evaporates the water. Now, to do that, it needs to draw heat from the thermometer. Therefore, it cools the thermometer down and the temperature goes down. It's just like if you're standing on a beach after you've been swimming and you're wet and the wind's blowing, you feel really, really cold. Or on a hot day, if you've got a sweaty face and you fan your face, what's happening is the water is evaporating and cooling your head down. So that is how you can keep a cool head.
Thank you very much, Gareth. I'm soaked now.
Yes, but Fred, what do you expect? This is how goes to the swimming pool. There's water everywhere.
Yes, but sometimes with water, Gareth, it does rather unexpected things.
What do you mean, Fred?
Well, you know, normally water flows downwards, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes, very, very occasionally, it also flows upwards.
Now, how can something going up be going down? Here I have a marble, put it in at the top, and can you tell me which direction the marble is travelling in?
Down.
Down. Definitely down?
Oh, yes.
Definitely down. All right, here I have a hill. Something travelling down a hill goes in which direction?
Down.
Correct. Now, on the side of the hill, I have this tube here. If I put a little ball bearing in at the top, this will go in what direction?
Down.
And it comes out
This is
at
marvellous.
the other end. Or should do. There we are. Thank you very much. Now, if I take this tube off the side of the hill, keeping the bottom of it level with the table, but this time I wrap it around this tube, then I have created a sort of spiral hill, have I not?
Yes.
Okay, so if I put a ball bearing in at the top this time, it will go
Down and
down,
around.
down.
Yes, but
Correct.
what about
Absolutely
going
right.
up?
Going up.
Yes,
I was
going
wondering
up.
when we get onto that little bit there. Well, going up and going down can be done both at the same time. Now, I take off this little bit of the hill, and if I put the marble in, it still goes
Down.
If I tilt it slightly, like so, and put the marble in at the bottom, and then begin to twist it, the marble keeps going
Down.
because,
it will go
because
down.
gravity is
He's
pulling it
downwards.
to the bottom of that little bit. And if
Yes.
I keep twisting it, it's still going.
Well, wait a minute.
It's going down, but have you noticed it's actually, at the same time, gone all the way to the top of the hill. So it has also been going
Up. Now, how?
How? Well, this is known as the Archimedes screw, and the Greek scientist Archimedes put it to use by drawing water up a hill using exactly that, which was a sort of a spiral on a tilt. And we have a How version of an Archimedes screw over here. Here we have a hose going all the way up this incline, with the hoses open at the bottom. There's water in the tank here, and as I turn this, the water, just like the marble, keeps going to the bottom of the section of the hose. And if I keep turning it, it starts to come out at the top. And that is how something which is going up can also be going down.
All right, Fred, you got me there.
I did.
But when it comes to pouring water, I'm the best.
How can I empty a bottle of water quicker than these two?
Of course, in actual fact, you can't. Pouring a bottle of water is pouring a bottle of
I
water.
quite agree with you, Freddie. We'll all do it at exactly the same speed.
Scientific,
Simple.
isn't it?
OK, let's put it to a scientific test. Prepare to empty your bottles of water into those jugs in front of you.
OK.
On your marks, get set, and how?
What you've got to do,
mine's
Freddie, is you
shooting
have
out.
to shake it like
No,
that.
no movement at all. Just let it
No,
find its
no,
own
you have to
natural
shake
level.
it, and then you
Finish.
see
Its
how
own,
big- what?
hey?
What?
Look at me. I'm coming through very
You're
strong.
only
now.
halfway there, Fred.
Coming through very strong
I've
indeed.
finished.
So much for
How
your
did you
theory
do
that I was going to do it at the same time as you.
How did you do
Well, it's all in the technique. It's all in the wrist action, in fact. Because in order to empty water out of a bottle, what you need to do is to allow the air to go back in. Normally, when that happens that way, you get glugs of air coming up in bubbles, so it slows the process down. However, give it a spin, the water sticks to the outside of the bottle, there's a vortex of air inside, and as the water comes out, the air goes in, and that's how you can empty your bottle much quicker than anyone else.
Have you caught anything yet then, Fred?
Not yet, Gareth. Just need a bit of patience.
Fred, this is a swimming pool. There's no fish in here.
My old dad always said, Gareth, where there's water, there's fish. They're down there somewhere. They're lying on the bottom, holding their breath. They've got to come up sometime.
How wrong can you be?
How do fish go down and up? Basically because of the very clever way they've been designed. You see, if fish had been designed like a ping-pong ball, they'd just float on the surface. If, on the other hand, they'd been designed like a stone, then they'd simply sink to the bottom. But many fish have got inside them a sort of balloon known as a swim bladder, and it's full of all sorts of gases. When they want to go down to the bottom, they release some of those gases. When they want to climb back up to the top, they put them back in. That's more or less how they do it. And you can actually show that, excuse me a second, by a plastic bottle full of water, and in it is an eyedropper, and you can see the black mark which shows where the water level is now. If I squeeze the bottle very tight, I'll compress the air inside the eyedropper, and down it will go to the bottom because I lower the buoyancy. Like some submarine noises, please, Gaz. Down we go, pressing, pressing, pressing to the bottom. When I release it, up it comes again. That's how, and that's also, in a way, how a submarine works.
Not all fish have got swim bladders, though, have
No, they don't. Quite a few fish don't. Minor members of the shark family we've got in here, they sink to the bottom because of their weight, and the only way they can climb is by using the power of their fins and their tail. That's how.
I love it here, Gareth. I could stay here forever.
Aye, Fred, but we can't really. We've got to get wet. It's time to check into the hotel. Hotel?
How long can you stay underwater? Carol?
Oh, maximum, I'd say about 2 minutes, probably.
Now, if you were a scuba diver with the old tank, several hours.
Actually, you can stay underwater for a week or more,
What?
providing you can afford it. And look at these brochures. It's very popular with people who are interested in the undersea world. It has 2 bedrooms, a communal living area, it has a communal dining area. Food is brought down from the surface in watertight containers. And yes, seafood is always on the menu. It even has a telephone, a video, and a television. And in order to get to your rooms, you have to dive down in scuba gear from the surface. Like I said, it's in Florida. But I reckon if we had one in Europe, it might look a little like this.
Hello.
I'd like a room for the night.
Certainly, sir.
Do all the rooms have ensuite bathrooms?
No, but they've all got running water.
Ah, very good.
But sorry, sir, no pets allowed.
What, not even my pet goldfish?
Sorry, sir. Walk this way.
I find that very difficult in these flippers.
Well, here we are, sir.
Ah, very nice. I was expecting a waterbed.
Ah, very dry, sir.
What's tonight's movie?
Jaws, sir.
Ah, thank you very much.
Have a nice day.
A bit peckish, actually. Hello, room service. I'd like to order the seafood surprise, please. It's a bit warm in here. It's a bit stuffy. Let me open the window.
How can I pour light?
Pour light?
Just like that.
You can't pour light.
Like what?
Like that. I think I'd better explain. Light travels in straight lines, but you can change its direction if you reflect it. Now, if I put my finger in here, you can see the tip of my finger, but not the rest of my hand. And that's because the light is being reflected at the surface where the water meets the air. And this is called total internal reflection. But what on earth has this got to do with pouring light? Well, I'll show you. This is a container full of water with a source of light, like a torch, at the back and a small hole at the bottom. Now, it's got a bung in at the moment, but when I take this out, the water is going to gush out and trap the light within it. So, lights down, please, Maestro. We'll take the bung out. And there you can see that the water is bending the light, it's trapped the light, and you can see a faint spotlight where it's hitting this white board. And if you switch the light source off and on, you can send messages. But this is quite inefficient using water. But it is a good model of how an optical fibre works. And over here we have the real thing. Now, these are glass optical fibres, and they're made by teasing glass out until it's as fine as a human hair. And it can take light for miles and miles. In fact, it's a great carrier for digital information. It can take it round bends, curves, up and down hills. And this amazing piece of technology is really the ultimate way of pouring light. That's how.
How can you walk on water? Fred, I've known you for almost 10 years now. I think you're a warm, sensitive, intelligent, loving human being who is capable of extraordinary things.
Very true.
But walking on water is something that not even you could do.
Ordinarily, I'd have to agree with you. However, with the application of advanced hydrophobophysics, it is possible to walk on water.
Okay, prove it.
You'd need a much bigger expanse of water than this.
Oh, really?
Big enough for you then, Fred?
Ideal, Gareth.
Good luck, mate.
Let's give it a go, shall we?
I've got a much better idea.
This is how you walk on water. What's this, Fred?
You've always got to be one better, haven't you? So that's how I went to the swimming pool, and that for now.
For marmalade,